And on people, welcome to Rants Reacts. And yo, the last 24 hours has been a mad thing. Obviously, you lot saw the Flex of Rant show. You saw how relaxed that was. Everyone's panicking online, and everyone's like, "Oh, Rants must know something we don't know." Like everyone's panicking, everyone's going crazy, and it's not even that. Obviously, like I know things, yeah, but man, just have to be real, innit? Like I've seen how the window's been going on, and a whole load of bullshit's just been going on. So a lot of these men that are supposed to be like in the nose and all that, these men don't really know what's going on. Like it's a game of chess. Clubs are briefing the press to put out different things. Clubs are battling each other via the press. So if a club wants a certain man off the books, they're saying, "Yo, we've got this club involved, this club involved, this club involved." Like yesterday, the media were trying to tell man that Spurs were in pole position for Lo Celso, Coutinho, Dybala, and Bruno Fernandes, blood. And we all know that Tottenham ain't got money like that. We know that Tottenham have a tight wage structure, yeah, and Harry Kane's the best paid. So when they said, "Oh, there was a fee agreed for Dybala," one fee agreed just means that the club have accepted the offer. That don't mean Dybala's going there. I said straight away, I said Spurs don't have 350 week to give man one. Even if they did two, they would have to mash up their whole wage structure and probably give Harry Kane a new contract. And then that just upsets the apple cart. There were so many reasons why that deal was never gonna happen. And just before that, Arsenal were linked with Coutinho on loan, bruv. Like, nobody knows what's fucking going on, bruv. Most of these men are just guessing right about now. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's rumours that Dybala, like, rejected United. He didn't reject United. United didn't want to pay the extra agent's fee because he's third party owned and there's image rights situations. The same thing that bugged out the deal with Tottenham. There's too much money out there, yeah, like just loose ends and agent things, yeah, similar to the Tevez situation that clubs don't want to get involved in, innit? So it's one of them ones. It'll probably end up at PSG after the window closes. That's what will probably happen. So when people are going mad about certain situations, just know, yeah, that there's a lot more than meets the eye. It's very easy for someone to say, "Oh yeah, man rejected United," and that. No, United walked away from the deal. You know what I mean? That's what's happening. And even though publicly they've walked away from the deal, don't put it past fucking Ed, yeah, to just pay the money anyway. Just don't put it past him. I'm not saying that he's going to, but this window is bookie, guys. This is a bookie window. United want a midfielder. They definitely want a midfielder and they wanted a winger. We got linked with Eriksen as well. Would have been a very sick signing. Now they're saying that Eriksen's made it clear that he wants to go Spain. So United have pulled out. One thing that I'm seeing, yeah, is all this Ollie talk of we want players that are desperate to play for United. No decent players are going to be desperate to play for United. Let's get this straight, innit? So if we're going just on players that are desperate to play for United, we're looking at buying players from clubs that are beneath us. And that's okay. But then why did you let Yuri Tielemans go to Leicester? Why didn't you sign him? You see what I'm saying? So that comes down to incompetence, yeah, and the whole no director of football and the scouting system at the club is a fucking shambles, bro. Because there's enough movement that's gone on. Moise Keane went to fucking Everton. Man could have signed him. I'm not saying that I wanted him, but between the likes of him, the likes of Tielemans and that, yeah, there are ballers that could have been bought. Like Ndombele wasn't that expensive. Do you know what I mean? To say that we couldn't have got him. So like it's a combination of poor scouting. Also, Ollie was saying, yeah, certain man ain't gonna be here, X, Y, Z. There's loads of people that want to come to the club. Guys, it's bullshit. Like, I'm being real. Like, honestly, yeah, people don't want to come play for us. That's what it boils down to. It's not the fact that Edward was not trying to do these deals. He's trying to do these deals, but players don't want to play for Manchester United, bruv. They're not the attractive outfit that they used to be. Like, there's rumblings that Ollie's training methods and stuff like that, everyone ain't thrilled with it, which doesn't surprise me, bruv, because he's not a top level manager. Like, he's got no pedigree. So it's one of them ones where it wouldn't surprise me if certain players are probably looking at his way of coaching and that and they're just not really feeling it. Like, when they gave Oli the job, they must have thought, boom, like, who is he managed? Because you see, with a lot of managers, yeah, a lot of managers come with their little black book, innit? Experienced managers, like, for instance, when we had LVG was able to pick up the phone to Thomas Muller, and Thomas Muller would have come to us, but Bayern Munich said he wasn't for sale. Certain managers have a little black book, and they've got contacts with certain players they can holler at. Do you know what I'm saying? Oli ain't got none of those networks because he's a novice manager. So because of that, someone like him is better suited to a better system above. Do you know what I mean? A more organized, a more structured team. I think that Oli's set up to fail here. He's set up to fail here, bro. Like, I think that we'll still get a midfield signing in. There's been no word on Bruno Fernandes. In the media, it's just gone hella quiet. So it's either we sign Bruno on deadline day, or if we don't sign Bruno, don't be surprised if he ends up at Real Madrid or something like that. Because remember, it's only our transfer window that closes on Thursday. Everyone else's window's got another couple weeks. So people like Dybala will probably end up at PSG. Lukaku's move doesn't have to go through before Thursday, even though I feel like it will. And with that money, like, God knows, they might even be waiting for that 70 million from Lukaku so they can pay for Bruno with it. Maybe that's what's going on. Maybe that's what's going on, guys. Do you know what I mean? But one thing I do know is there's a lot of shit going on, and it's not for the sake of Ed not trying to get these man. I just don't think you guys actually understand how unattractive we are as a club right now. And I've been saying it, like, yeah, we're United, but there's man saying pay for the badge. Like, Evra put out a statement today saying we only want you at the club if you want to come and win trophies. But bruv, we're not that club that wins trophies no more. You know what I mean? We've won a few like dead trophies, but we haven't won any of the main trophies in a while. So you don't come to United to win trophies, blood. Like, you don't. Because if you want to win trophies, you go Liverpool or Man City now. Like, this is the era of football we're in now. So all this talk, like, these men are still stuck in the past, bruv. And that's why I did say, originally, I would have loved, like, a Poch to come in and people that ain't got nothing to do with the team, blood. Do you know what I mean? None of this nostalgia bullshit. None of this DNA crap. Just get someone in with a system that works, like what Liverpool done with Klopp. Just get someone in a system that works, bro. Because all this, these men still think that it's the late 90s, early 2000s. We are not that force anymore. So I believe that we'll get our midfield in. I'd love to get 2 players in. But I believe that if we do get 2 players in, one of them players might be, like I said, probably be a Longstaff +1. It will be an underwhelming signing. Like, man are not going to pull out 2 worldies. It would be sick if man just says, ah, shit, the man's got Dybala and fucking Fernandes. But the truth is, a lot of players don't want to play for man. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's why I was still confident man are coming in, because I know Ed's putting in work, bro. I know he's putting in work. But I didn't know for sure just how many man don't want to play for us. So, yo, it could be a very long season, guys. And I think certain fans, like, they're deluded, innit? You have to understand now that we're not the team that we were. We're not going to be as good as we were. Like, effectively, yeah, the team that you fell in love with, yeah, growing up, this ain't it no more, innit? It's not. So you're going to have to learn how to support the team in a different way, cuz. In a different way, bruv. Because the team that I fell in love with, yeah, and that I grew up loving, bruv, this ain't it. These owners bleeding man dry. Us going out in the transfer market and not doing shit, bruv. That's never been Manchester United. Manchester United have always got the job done, bruv. Losing Sir Alex Ferguson was bad enough, but losing David Gill was just equally as bad. Because if Gill stayed, we wouldn't have been in this situation. And I'm sure that's how a lot of Arsenal fans felt with David Dein when he left as well. It's just one of them things, bruv. And even when we had Peter Kenyon and that, bruv, at least we were getting business done. But right now, like, we've got Ed Woodward right now that don't know shit about football doing deals, fam. Do you know what I'm saying? So, really and truly, guys, it's just an absolute mazza. Like, I'm still calm, obviously. People are getting gassed. Like, even my brother went and put out a video and that when he saw the Dybala thing. And I was just like, bruv, put your emotion aside right now, guys. They ain't got Dybala money in it. So when I saw that, I was like, he ain't getting there. Like, no matter what you read online right now, These man want clicks. These man get paid for clicks. So they linked Arsenal with Coutinho. Then he got linked with Spurs. Then we got linked with Llorente. All these other, bruv. This is all nonsense, bruv. This is all nonsense. This is not happening. You see what I'm saying, guys? So what I suggest is, bruv, just stay calm, innit? Whatever's gonna be will be anyway. I always knew that, but don't get fucking like. If you see like a rumor that you like, don't get too gassed. If you see one you don't like, don't get too gassed, bruv. Because the likelihood is it's not true, bruv. Like most of these men don't know what's going on. Like Lukaku now is in fucking Anderlecht. He was training with the under 18s and that. Man's fully he's disrespected the club in so many ways, blood. From posting the statistics to fucking coming out and saying, oh, Conte's the best manager in the world and that, and how talking about going and playing for Italy, playing in Italy. Then people are coming out and saying that what Pogba did was worse than he wanted a new challenge. Bro, Pogba's not name dropping managers, yeah? Going and playing in other teams' kits and shit like that, bro. And it's been said that it wasn't authorised by the club and he will be fined. And that there's no contact between him and Oli. So there's been a complete breakdown in communication, which is a complete mad thing. Obviously, the energy is not there for Lukaku like it was there for Pogba, because the Pogba thing's just an agenda. Because people just genuinely don't like the guy. And that's fine, innit? But I'll be glad to see the back of Lukaku, man. I just hope that we reinvest the money. Because if we don't, and we get that 70 million for Lukaku back, then our net spend is going to be like 60 M's or something. And for a team that's supposed to be fucking in a rebuild, that's a shit outgoing, bruv. We need to be spending at least 150 million net if we're looking to rebuild. So really and truly, we should invest heavily in 2 more players if we're serious. There's rumors talking about, yeah, but we ain't doing nothing in January. I ain't never done nothing in January. So this next 24 hours is fucking crucial, guys. It's crucial, bruv. And then we'll just see exactly what the club's about. If they don't make significant moves in the next 24 hours, then, as I said online, once the window is shut and I know that nobody else has been signed, that is when I will lose my head, bruv. There's no point going mad and acting irrationally on some bullshit now, bruv, because the window's not closed. Man, I've seen Di Maria and Falcao sign on deadline day. Like, we've seen it in the recent past, and I'm not saying I want 2 marquees, but I'm saying we know that deals get done on the last day of the season, bruv. Like, we know they do. So for us to be losing our head now and getting stressed about hypotheticals, you could end up looking back and just looking mad stupid, bruv. You could be online chatting shit, head this, fuck this, da da da. Then he pulls 2 worldies out the bag, and all of a sudden you're kissing his ass, bruv, in the space of 24 hours. So I'm saving myself from that shit, and I'm keeping my emotions in check, and I'm just gonna wait and see what happens, because I know that work is being done behind the scenes to get these men. Whether they will get them or not comes down to whether the players want to come. But what I am saying is I'm confident that these men are working, and I still think someone's coming in, bruv. Still think someone's coming in. And don't be surprised if a name comes up that man ain't even heard or man haven't been linked with heavily, because that could happen too. So yeah, let me know what you feel in the comment section, guys, because I see you lot having breakdowns on Twitter, people at me saying, yo, like, I want some of your calmness and all of that. And honestly, like, this is how I am in it. Like, you don't get too excited, don't get too disappointed. If we don't sign no one else and we go into the season with the squad that we now have, we're not making top 4. I'll put it out there right now. Like, this squad, as it is a top 6 squad, innit? No more than that. If we lose Lukaku, well, he's shit anyway, but I'm saying we lose Lukaku, we don't replace him, and we don't get a midfielder in, our midfield isn't a top 10 midfield if you take Paul Pogba out of it. If you take Paul Pogba out of our midfield's as good as West Ham's. So, yeah, man, just let me know what you feel like in the comment section, guys. Relax, okay? Like, whatever will be, will fucking be, man. That's all it is, man. So, yeah, just keep it interactive. Let me know how you're feeling. Yeah, just keep it interactive.